Okay, let's just dive right in. Today, we're going to take a look at the marketing copy for a designer wall lamp. But really, we're going to break down how it uses language to sell you something much bigger than just an object. It's a pretty amazing example of how you can turn a totally functional item into a symbol of, well, a better life. So notice how this whole thing kicks off. It doesn't start with, dimensions or wattage or anything like that. It starts with a feeling, a question. This is what they call a pain point. It immediately taps into that quiet little dissatisfaction I think a lot of us feel sometimes. It's not about needing a light. It's about wanting your own space to feel more than just okay. It's a really smart and relatable hook. And then, right after pointing out that problem, the source offers up this super simple, totally doable solution. And that's so reassuring, right? It's basically saying, hey, you don't need to do a massive renovation. You just need one smart, strategic little change. This framing makes the product feel like a really low-effort, high-reward kind of move.
Now this is where it all pivots. The text asks us to imagine, and with that one word, it shifts the product out of the hardware aisle and puts it squarely in the art gallery. And that's the core transformation right there. We are no longer talking about a lamp, we're talking about a statement piece.
So how exactly does the source text justify this new artsy status? Well, it builds its argument on what it calls 4 distinct pillars. We're going to walk through each one to see how the case for this object's value is put together piece by piece.
So here they are: natural mastery, Italian style, versatility, and designer appeal. You can see how by layering these 4 arguments on top of each other, the text builds this really comprehensive case that hits you on a logical level, an emotional level, and yeah, even an ego level. Let's dig into that first one, the material itself.
The first pillar is all about the stuff it's made of. By calling the lamp a slice of Earth's artistry and really hammering home that it's genuine marble, the source creates this feeling of uniqueness, of organic luxury. It means every single piece is literally one of a kind. This totally fights the idea of a mass-produced generic item and gives it a backstory of natural creation.
Next up, for Pillar 2, the source actually gives the design a name, light luxury. And honestly, that's a fantastic marketing term. It just sounds sophisticated and it positions the product perfectly. It says, look, this is minimalist enough for a modern home, but the material itself makes it feel really expensive and special. It kind of solves that problem of wanting luxury without all the clutter.
So after establishing that it's a work of art with a cool design philosophy, the text does something very clever. It brings it all back down to earth. This part is crucial. By showing how useful it is everywhere, bedroom, living room, it answers that little voice in your head asking, but is it practical? This pillar makes sure the buyer knows their investment will actually be functional and a part of their life, not just something to look at.
And finally, the 4th pillar. This is where it gets personal. This is where the object gets connected directly to your identity. The lamp isn't just a lamp anymore. It's a reflection of you. It's proof that you have discerning taste, that you appreciate quality. The purchase stops being a transaction and becomes an act of self-expression.
Okay, so with the lamp's value firmly established, the text shifts its focus. It moves from talking about what the product is to talking about what the product does. This is all about the promised outcome, the transformation of your space and how you feel inside it.
And this really lays out that before and after story they're telling. On one side, you've got the generic light fixture. It's functional, flat, kind of mundane. But then look at the promised transformation with the designer sconce. The atmosphere gets warmth and tranquility, the impression it makes is artistic, and the feeling is sophisticated. It's not just a change in light, it's a change in the entire emotional vibe of the room.
And here, the promise is made crystal clear. This isn't just about how things look, it's about psychology. The source is straight up claiming this lamp will actively enhance your mood. The light isn't just lighting up a room anymore, it's designed to make you feel better. Which brings us to the final layer of the whole argument. The text moves beyond the product, beyond its benefits, and starts selling something way bigger, a whole philosophy about how we should live in our own homes. And right here, the text takes everything we've just learned, the material, the design, the feeling, and funnels it all into one powerful message. This is the point where the physical object starts to feel secondary to the idea it represents.
See how it reframes the whole purchase? That word investment is so important. You're not spending money, you're investing it. And you're not investing in some object that loses value, but in something intangible and precious, the atmosphere of your home.
And this is the master stroke.
The investment is brought all the way home to its most personal, most intimate conclusion. It's an investment in you, in your own well-being. The lamp has now been totally transformed from a light fixture into a tool for self-care.
It all leads up to this final command: illuminate your style. This tagline perfectly wraps up the entire journey we just went on, from a simple functional need for light to a deep desire for personal expression. It's active, it's empowering, it's just a brilliant piece of persuasion.
And that leaves us with a final thought: turning the lens back on ourselves. The source text does its job perfectly by making you look around your own home and ask that very question: what's my one thing? What single, strategic detail could transform the mundane into something more?